I found something very, very suspicious about this whole plane crash thing in the airport, the Azerbaijani airplane. I just want to share with you guys few details. This is going to be an analysis video. So you can see this is the flight path. Basically, these are the points where allegedly this plane wanted to land before it was turned away from Russia to back to this place. Now, does it make any sense? Like so many airports they were contacting in Russia from Azerbaijan, and all of these airports they refused to have this plane land in Russia when this plane had a lot of Russian passengers. So right off the bat, to me at least, doesn't make any sense that a plane with Russian passengers will not be allowed to land in Russia. That is something I don't know how to make sense of it. And we will be analyzing some of the other photos in this video just to try to make some sense here, because there are a lot of theories out there. But before I do that, just to remind you, most of my viewers are not subscribed. Consider subscribing to my channel for all of these updates. Now let's take a look at this flight path, the next one. Okay, so this is where the plane was hit, looks like. Okay, according to this flight path, this is where the plane was hit with a missile, and it traveled all the way over to the Caspian Sea, and then this plane was heading not towards Russia but towards a completely different country, and also the other side of the pond, right, if you want to call it that way, the other side of the pond. But when a plane is not really approaching your airspace, in this case Russian airspace, because it was again turned away from Russia, then why would Russia launch a missile attack on a plane that is not even coming towards that country, towards Russia? It doesn't make any sense. So again, this is where the impact took place, exactly according to this map. What I understand makes no sense, because this plane was heading towards a different country, and then Akatu, this is the place, this is the airport. Then why would Russia still fire that missile if it is not coming towards Russia? Now, if you take a look at some of the other pictures here, I want to actually share with you this flight path. This is the clearest flight path that I found on the internet, and you can see that this plane exploded in Kazakhstan Aktau, the airport. It took off from Baku, Azerbaijan, where it was going to Grozny, Russia, and this is where it was going, but then it was turned away from Russia and it went to Kazakhstan. Again, this thing absolutely makes no sense. Why would it go to Kazakhstan? Why would it not come back to Azerbaijan or go to a nearing country? Why would it have to cross the Caspian Sea in order to land? Makes no sense. Again, I mean Russian authorities, they already said that do not come to a conclusion without proper investigation. So the Western media narrative right now that said this is done by Russia, we have to hold them accountable, and Russia must be sanctioned, and this and that. I mean, these are all false flag propaganda, Western media propaganda going on right now. Again, we do not know the whole story. Until an investigation is done, we cannot come to any conclusion. Take a look at this wreckage here. You will see that these people are investigating, and they're very ready. What I did not notice in these photos is the emergency crew while the plane was landing. They are all here, wearing their gears and all that, and you can see them here too. But we don't see this kind of preparation before the impact. So what I understand from this is, so one conclusion that I want to draw from this is that the plane was not crashing until the very last moment. Okay, so when they were approaching the airport, and they were about to land, that's when it crashed. So if a missile would hit a plane, it will be pulverized into the air. You will not, sometimes it's so hard to find the debris. But in this case, it landed in one piece and then it exploded. So again, something I found absolutely suspicious about this. Now, if you take a look at some of these other pictures here, for example, somebody took this picture very conveniently from a distance, showing that or proving our point that the impact was made after the landing. Okay, so it crashed. The plane crashed after landing, so we should not have any doubt in our mind about that, at least. And then you also have a lot of crews, emergency workers. They're working on this, and you notice that this plane, the smokes are still coming out. So again, the crash was very fresh. Okay, happened just before landing. Was it a missile that hit it? That is something very, very suspicious. Again, we will have to look at some other pictures to come to a conclusion. So for example, this picture, again, you can see the emergency crews. They were there, and they're all prepared in their gears, and you see that they were covering maybe some dead bodies here, people who died in this crash. And you also see some of the other crew members here, all prepared already. I don't know what they're doing there. I mean, can you imagine these people? I don't know who these people are. Like, why would they be there? Why would they be at a plane crash site when they are not from the authorities? I don't believe these are authorities. I believe these are, normal, public, ordinary human being, and they were just there to observe. They were curious to see what happened. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. They should not be there. Who these people are? We do not know who these people are. But there are so many bizarre, strange things. And then you have this crew going inside of the plane, inside of the wreckage, and he is trying to find survivors. Like, why would you go there when the rescue operation is done? Because this is when the guy went inside of this wreckage after everything was, like, they counted that this is the number of people died, and this is the number of people who survived. Is he going inside because he wants to plant some evidence against Russia, proving the theory that Russia is responsible for it? I don't know why this guy is going inside at this point of time. That's my question. I don't know why he's inside of that plane. Now, if you take a look at the perforation that happened on the body, a lot of people say, the Western media narrative is that these holes on the body of the plane came from shrapnels or from debris, means it was hit by a missile. That's what they are saying. But this could actually come after the plane crashed on land, right? It doesn't have to be in the air when this perforation took place. It could be that these holes were created after the impact. Possible? Of course, 100%. So how come they claim that this happened when the plane was still flying is something beyond me? So they're coming to conclusion, all kind of conclusion, to point fingers at Russia. And they also posted this photo, again coming from Western media. I don't know if this photo, because they claim this photo is from their same jet plane, the one that crashed, because it looks like to me this is still flying in the air. Somebody took picture of the holes, maybe possible, but the color doesn't match, obviously, because the color of the paint of the body of the plane is actually quite different. So you can clearly see the paints here. And then the Western media narrative and the so-called expert analysts, they're saying that this is the same plane, when I doubt that would be the case. Now, a lot of people are actually raising their suspicion online too, and they are saying that it could be Ukrainian who did this, and they're now blaming Putin. The plane was originally destined to go to Russia, as I said, and was carrying Russian people. So why would Russia destroy it? It was going to Russia from Azerbaijan. Now, likely an anti-aircraft or drone, while plane was approaching in the middle of drone activity, wrong time at the wrong place. So this is what one person wrote. Now, the drone theory, if you want to go with that, then you have to blame Ukraine. Why? Because right now Russia is launching a lot of drone attacks on Ukraine. It is possible that Ukraine was still protecting its airspace from those drones coming from Russia, because recently Russia has actually stepped up its attack on Ukraine, and it is possible that one of those anti-drone or anti-aircraft missile from Ukraine hit this aircraft there. So that's another theory. The explosion happened on the grounds as the plane descended, not in the air. Holes on the plane is not evidence of missiles, because if it was anti-missile system, the plane would be obliterated in the air, not waiting until it gets on the ground. And this is what a lot of people are claiming to be true, that if it was a anti-missile system that brought this plane down, it would not be able to even land. The video shows a crash landing and not a missile hit. The plane is overloaded and hits the runway sideways during landing approach. Again, if you take a look at this particular picture, you can definitely see that it crashed while it was on the ground after it landed. And then, based on the evidence of the holes and of the body of the plane from shrapnel or bomb, it was very clear. This is what one person wrote, that the plane was targeted, of course, by Ukraine, maybe. I mean, yeah, it was targeted or it was not targeted. We should not jump to that conclusion yet. But if it was targeted, possible that Ukraine was behind it. It is not an accusation, but it's real, happening prior to the visual images seen from the plane. The sharp nail holes throughout the plane hint towards it being shot down. It was not overloaded. Another person claimed that, and then another person said there should be an international observers to oversee fairness of findings, because Russia will likely tamper. Now, as I have shown you this picture, this guy, if he wants to tamper with the evidence, he can do it right now. So I think it is already too late for Russia to tamper anything, because if it was tampered indeed, it is already done. It's a done deal already. There is absolutely not going to be any more time for Russia to do it, because they took picture, they took videos, people were there, and they pointed where the impact was and all those details. So there is one question they ask online: why suddenly divert from the original course? Perhaps the Russian defense might have shot a warning that might have made the holes. I don't think it's a missile attack. So a lot of people, different people, have their different theories. But if you take a look at the flight path here, it is absolutely so bizarre and strange that Russian people on board, and Russia will say the plane to the pilot, don't land here. That is something so bizarre, so strange. But guys, these people, they pay the price, whoever did this or whatever happened. So we just want to say that our heart goes out to the victims, and we hope that they will be compensated if it was something that was done intentionally. And we need a thorough investigation instead of jumping to a conclusion like the Western media they're doing these days. Oh, this is Russia, this is Russia, this is Russia. We need to wait and see.